In a few weeks, kids in most of your communities will be headed back to school. This is one of those times of years where there are marketing opportunities for public and academic libraries. And lucky for us, one of the major social media platforms just published a guide for marketing to back to school. We're going to talk about it in this episode of the Library Marketing Show. Hi, everyone. I'm Angela Hursh from superlibrarymarketing.com. Head on over there if you want to nominate your library or another library. When you see something great that they're doing in marketing, you can do that at that website. Just look for the Library Marketing Show tab. You can click there and submit your nomination, or you can suggest a topic for a future episode. Also, click on the upcoming appearances tab and see if I'm going to be somewhere where you're going to be in the next couple of months. I love meeting readers and viewers of Super Library Marketing, so be sure to say hi. We are going to start today's episode with kudos. And kudos today goes to the New York Public Library. I don't know if you all have been following this on social media. I kept getting fed posts from the New York City Public Library. They were fighting budget cuts and they won. So after months of doing those kinds of posts and basically getting their loyal library patrons to pressure city council, the mayor of New York City, Eric Adams, and the city council announced a handshake deal that reversed $58 million in library cuts, which is amazing. Not only did they do that, they agreed to provide $43 million every year for libraries in the future, which I thought was just amazing. And I think in large part, this has happened because of the New York City Public Library's social media campaign to get their patrons to tell City Council not to cut libraries. So great job. I think you guys did a wonderful job. And if anyone else is fighting budget cuts, I would tell you to follow the playbook of the New York City Public Library because they did something remarkable. And now to today's topic, which is marketing for back to school. TikTok just released a 16-page guide for marketers looking to capitalize on back to school on TikTok. And there are a lot of tips in there that I think apply across channels. So I'm going to go through them very briefly, and then I'm going to put a link to the full guide down below in the comments or the show description if you're watching on YouTube, and you can download it and see for yourself. But some top line things to keep in mind as we get into the back to school season. First of all, last year, TikTok says parents and students were searching for content and things to purchase on TikTok for back to school, specifically office and school supplies, clothing or accessories, food and beverage. So I mentioned that because of office and school supplies. If your library has textbooks or anything that can be helpful to students going back to school, whether you're an academic or public library, this is the thing that people are looking for. And so it might make sense to do some posting on TikTok and other platforms, especially using video, to promote those things. Another part of this guide that I found really interesting were the hashtag suggestions. I'm not going to go through all of them. I'll let you do that in the guide. I might go through some of them. So like back to school obviously is a hashtag, student life, back to school haul, school essentials. All those hashtags are opportunities. You can use those on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, wherever to gain traction. It tells the algorithm what your post is about, and it helps people searching those hashtags to find your library content. So another part of this guide that I thought was really fun is TikTok is basically telling brands to use their brand love during back to school. And it says, create memorable connections as students embark on a new school year. So this is an opportunity if your library has some user-generated content, like somebody comes to get their library card before they go to classes. I know academic libraries are going to have a ton of this because new students, usually freshmen, come in and do a tour of the library, take some photos, get them to interact. Somebody doing their first search on one of the research databases, or their first time using one of your quiet study rooms. Those are all opportunities to build love for your library and share that as a way to promote your library on social media. I hope you have some plans for back to school marketing at your library. If you would be so kind, share them down in the comments. Let's get a conversation started and help each other out marketing our libraries as kids go back to school. And that's it for this episode of the Library Marketing Show, but my channel has lots of other tips for library marketing. Head on over to this next video. I'll see you there.